Hey, what's good? What's good? What's good? Your boy Savage, aka Sev Cisneros. You tuning into the Sev Lokes Hotels. Like, comment, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell. Let's get to the politic. Big shout out to everybody showing the channel love. I appreciate the love and support. Thank you for the interactions. Mile high salute to everybody out there. Before I start this video, let me make this clear. I am no way means promoting the gang life. I'm just telling a testimony and sharing some life experiences. And in the process, hopefully I can open somebody's eyes up to, different things and help, direct them down a different road. That's the main goal. It is what it is. Let me get some privilege in my system. I'm kind of tired. Never can go wrong with a nice cup of Joe in the morning. So let's get to this video. And in this video, it comes from the comment section. It's from the homie J-Dub, my TTC brother. And you asked this question. If it wasn't for, my family and the politics being embedded in my family and my neighborhood, like my surroundings, you think I would have went down a different road if it wasn't for them? Well, yes and no. The reason why I say yes is because, to be honest, man, in my family, pretty much it was a generational thing. Everybody before me, before I was even old enough to make decisions, they were already involved in politicking. They were already involved in the hood. They were already involved in the gang life. I got relatives that, their whole life has been consistent around penitentiary and prison, So I always used to joke and tell my uncles, like, when I called my number, I got to prison as soon as I could. I know that's not a funny joke, but, that was a curse, a family curse that was, put upon every male in my family, from the ones before me to the ones that were after me, So when I look at it, it was just a revolving door that was open. And the reason why is too, because there was not really no opportunity and tools for, people to, make different decisions than just being a trap of the hood. But at the time, when you coming from, that lifestyle, you really don't see any other alternative but to be in the hood and know and do what's comfortable, politic. It's crazy to think about because of the simple fact is, bro, is when I was young, I actually played sports, and that was a dream when I was young. I used to play in the little programs for Little League, and I was actually pretty good at sports, all sports. And that was a dream when I was young, It was crazy because mom, she would find a way to put us in sports. If it was, get discounts, we were playing sports. And I really wanted to play sports growing up. But when I got a little bit older and started comprehending things, I seen the world is not all sunshine and butterflies and, just a walk in the park, especially coming from the inner city. It's all about predators, prey. It's all about, survival. And that's kind of where it all started, is survival. Because when I started, really kind of understanding stuff, my family and older relatives, pretty much, they were already in full-fledged war. In my early teens, I could remember just my older relatives being in war on the block. I remember going to, my auntie and uncle's house for Christmas get-togethers, and the house would get shot up, or the next door neighbor's house would get shot up. And it made me realize people out here, if you slip up, you can die ASAP. And it always put something in me where I'm like, why are these fools dumping on my cousins? Why are fools trying to bring harm to my cousins? And it made me turn into an individual that knew you had to survive any means necessary. And then the thing that really got me into, going hard for the family and my neighborhood and different things is when I was young, I was a young boy, my pops, he gets murdered, on the block. They shot that fool and just left him to die. And after that, it made me actually turn into a person that had a lot of hate. Now, don't get me wrong. I was like not super, super close with my pops, but that was my pops. And at the time, me and him were building a relationship, and then they just shot that fool in the head. So that was the dividing line of why I went so hard, because I literally realized it's life or death, and it's them or versus us, everybody versus the family, and that came with whatever the family was involved with. That's what I was going to be involved with, because at the end of the day, that's all I had was my cousins and the fools that were around us. And it turned me into a hateful person. Now, in another note, I could have been and really thought about this, and now that I think about this aspect, could I have been in that age and got older and, made a choice to go down a different road, play sports? Yes, because we all have choices. I just felt like at that time I couldn't see the other choices. I felt like it was, constant just toxicness, bro. And, when you in a real life situation of, real killers, I'm not talking about just some average fools really trying to, bring harm your way. You're going to do anything to survive. Any man would do that. And, it eventually caught up to me, and, I caught attempted murders, but I already felt like I was too deep in the game. But there was a better purpose, because I was still standing and got shot twice for the hood and different things, So that's kind of, that aspect. Yeah, it had a lot to do with the family, had a lot to do with the surroundings, what I was dealt, what cards I was dealt. But to anybody else watching this, man, you don't have to go down them roads, man. Make a different road for your family. Anybody that's going through that struggle, man, that, is on the verge of doing something that might be detrimental, make different roads, pave different roads, bro. Learn from my mistakes. You don't want to go down that road and be in a situation where you're looking at life sentences at an early age. It's not conducive for nobody, bro. And then now that we speak at this time, I'm barely learning how to process in society. So hopefully that answered a couple questions. You know what it is, J-Dub. Thank you for the interaction. Mal, hi, salute, Rada. Yup.